Usually I start off every episode with explaining the strategy or saying what I did wrong, and there's not much to say here. As you can see, I did the SATS conversion early on because I forgot to do so in the last episode. I'm transporting spare units to Wilhelmshaven with the intent of launching Sealion later on. As you may know, it's an actual code name for a German operation to invade the UK and not chucking some sort of sea lion across the English Channel towards United Kingdom. I mean, it does look very threatening, but that's not the case. Here I'm trying a new editing trick, speeding up the video and with the intent of bypassing the regular parts of me doing regular stuff like trading, just naval bombing and researching. I mean, you can still keep up with whatever I do. As you can see, I'm doing the regular stuff, as I've said before, using my army units, trading. Like right now I want to trade with Romania. Yeah, I'm waiting for the open negotiations. I tried to buy off their planes or no, rather infantry, but they did not want to give it to me for pretty obvious reasons. Over here this was my first big defeat navy-wise, and those numbers were quite shocking to me, so I had to retreat those submarines back to the naval base. I also attempted to recruit the Italian naval bombers to bomb Scapa Flow, but what do you know, they have a level 1 escort fire there, and it won't reach because of it. The SATS conversion gave the rare materials, so now I'll start building transport ships along with self-prepared artillery. Why I chose self-prepared artillery? Well, it's pretty cheap to maintain fuel-wise, and it gives pretty awesome soft attack for my tanks. The port striking characteristics of being below 50% strength are paying off quite well, because the fighters get to reorg and they repair pretty well, leaving just one or two naval bombers. And as you can see here, Japan died, so F in the chat for them. It is rather unfortunate, because they won't fight on my side any longer and distract the allies while I do important things. They fought rather valiantly, but they got destroyed in the end. Here I'm thinking what to research, and I chose naval bombers, I believe. Yeah, naval bombers. I want better naval bombers. Also, if you want to make your French viewers happy, just do this. And there we go. The 1 or 2 French people that watch me will be now happy. While the Brits, not as much. The first level of nuclear reactor has been built, and the second one as well. So I am pretty close to getting nuclear bombs. I just need a level 6 reactor, and it's level 2 for now. Research the multi-role fires, and I'm going after tactical bombers because I always underestimated how effective they are. The ground support and ground attack that the damage that they do with those missions is quite substantial and helps a lot. I'm looking through the air tech, and there's nothing too important for me to research, so I just went with modern blitzkrieg finally. Since it's 1946 and it will be researched, well, at least it should be researched by the time I invade the UK. Here I'm being naval bombed and built another level of nuclear reactor along with building the artillery because I have the manpower for it and the industry, so why not increase the quality of my units. My naval bombers are damaged pretty badly, so I'll just let them repair for a little while. Looking through the other navy to see whether it could be put to good use, and I sunk a carrier there. which is awesome. One less to deal with after all. Here I'm thinking of sending one naval bomber, Italian naval bomber, to escape a flow to see if it would work, but it didn't. The reason as to why I did, because it doesn't have the escort fire, and that was kind of a misclick on my part to on the options menu, or the just regular menu. Why did I do it? Well, who knows? As I said before, it was just a misclick. So I researched improved electronic computers, which is amazing. So I decided to buff up the naval infantry a little bit more for the 8% amphibious landing bonus. Here, Spain actually traded with me and gave me a pretty good deal, which surprised me. So now I have more energy, higher materials, and money. Here I'm researching advanced self-prepared artillery, because why not? And here is an important moment. I redeployed these 3 Hungarian soldiers to this province with the intent of removing 3 tanks from there, and that was a big victory against the Royal Navy, so that I'll have more tanks in Operation Sealion. And the self-prepared artillery will make them even stronger than before. Here I decided to research not repair but semi-modern tanks. I do need to upgrade because I'm German and it's 1946, so it would be quite historically inaccurate if I were to have such obsolete tanks as Nazi Germany, because you know they did have pretty awesome tanks. Here I am going to redeploy these tanks into Wilhelmshaven, and just crossing my fingers that the Soviets don't attack there, and they did not. I guess the forts are starting to do their job already. Yeah, this self-prepared artillery has finished construction. Resistance carries out attacks. Yeah, the Allies are bombing Stralsund a bit. So now Japan is against me as well, but it doesn't matter. I don't think they will do any damage to me whatsoever, and if they do, it will be quite minimal. So I redeployed my marines there, and I'm attaching these self-prepared artilleries to these panzer units that I'll be using specifically to those only. So the transport ships have been deployed, which is important. I hope they, well, I did hope there that they would not get air raided, and to my luck they did not. I'm producing more subs because the ones that I had are kind of at the bottom of the sea. Well, at least a part of them. Here I'm trying to avoid the units that have a cap on strength, because artillery will not be as effective manpower wise. Here I'm training with Spain again, and a very nice deal once again. Because it seems that this Spanish government is a bit more friendly towards me than Franco was. I researched level 5 nuclear reactors, now waiting for the nuclear tech to unlock, or the next level of it. Here I'm trying to surround Edinburgh, the place where I will try to land, with submarines, so if any Allied ships were to enter that area, they will be intercepted, and it would give me enough time to retreat. And so there we go. I'm prepping Sealion up, and the moment you have been waiting for 14 episodes. And yes, it was that easy. Now it is time to deploy the rest of my units that are waiting on that coastal province. Of course, I'm trying to split up my Marines first so that they can start operations within the UK. Now, the awesome thing about conquering the United Kingdom, or at least occupying the British Isles, is that America and the UK will try to D-Day a lot. And that means that I can capitalize on that by destroying their navy, by destroying the units that they land randomly. So I'll have quite a bit of fun there, crippling the American army, the British one, and both of their navies even more. So yeah, those panzer divisions are very powerful. I'll try to encircle as many British forces as I can. Later on, I will liberate Scotland and Wales, but I need the industry that they will give me for now, for upgrades and production, and maybe consumer goods, because I am quite close to investing into research, not resources. Yeah. I'm trying to cut the UK in two, and I was quite successful with that. Here I sent my submarine fleet and transport ships back to base, and I'm naval striking here, which was probably a bit of a mistake. I should probably begin naval striking near Ireland, because they will mostly land in Manchester, Plymouth, and Portsmouth. Though it will be there will also be a very large concentration of their ships in Belfast. So once I take the whole of the UK, I will begin naval striking, or port striking, I should say, Belfast. So my tanks are pretty successful here. The Allies are bombing my nuclear reactor, which doesn't really matter that much. I can just put up air superiority again, not against, above Germany, and they should deal with it a little bit. If I were them, I would be way more worried about my homeland being overrun by the Germans, but to each their own. Here I kind of forgot about the encirclement, and I may or may not have let them escape a little bit. I almost did the same in Norway, but almost doesn't count. So I unleashed my tactical bombers on them from Orleans and did the ground support mission, just destroying their organization. So like that, it was that easy. Yeah, the Ethiopians are in Scotland. It's like bricks. It's just like modern UK, only with Ethiopia. Yeah, I'm ground supporting here as well, since it will not hurt at all to do so. Those units in Scotland will be destroyed. Here I want to finish up with the British units. The Naval invaded me in Manchester there, which was a mistake, because they'll get destroyed as well. Now the main problem is that the Allies will start stacking many units in that northern province there, which will be quite difficult to deal with, because that province can only be reached by amphibious landings, not a river crossing or anything of sorts. So I'll have to stack a lot of units there just to take it. Though, if I ground support and send an equal amount of units to what they have there, it should be a piece of cake. But when they outnumber me 1 to 2, that will not be the case, as you'll see in a little bit. They landed in Norway again, and they'll get encircled there once I ground support there, just like that. They seem really adamant in taking Bristol, and Oxford, but that's not going to help. So here I kind of make a mistake by launching that attack there. Well, I mean, I did a rebase in that 1 province later on, so that my tactical bombers will have a much easier time doing what they need. And here I choose escort fighters, since they will upgrade due to the fact that my naval bombers are idle and not doing anything. Yes, there's a big victory there. South African Armour Corps is there in Manchester, but not for long. Here is what I am talking about. Well, the bombers are destroying the organization. This battle is just not winnable, so I decided to abandon it. Maybe if I had those 3 marines that were in Scapa Flow, I could have won, but I decided not to risk it. So those units in Bristol finally got encircled, and a few more landed in Plymouth, which is a horrible idea. I'm strategically redeploying these units there to push them out of that northern province. Here I began researching agricultural production for the IC efficiency and supplies. Also, by taking the UK, I have a colossal amount of energy. So that means I can just do the ersatz conversion for days. Also, nukes. And this is where I'll end off the video. Probably so. That was that.